Witchcraft, Salem trials. They said this magic went against the Bible. I'ma need lights out. Dark magic is the title. Matter of fact, lights on. I am hexing on my rivals. Hexing on my rivals. They the one with me. Cast another spell. Think they coming for me? Mixing up a potion that is wetter than the ocean. Y'all is very dry. I'ma recommend some lotion. I am too sick. Y'all never stick. Toothpick. Just bow down. Bootlick. Still flyer than a witch on a broomstick. Still burning them. Oven. They singing la la la. AHS Coven. My potion's still wetter than the sink. To test if they a witch, do they float or they sink? Back then, what do they think? Witchcraft, it was looked at as shame. Now people want to see it just as a game. Matter of fact, everybody's going insane. It is so crazy, I'ma zoom like a train. Zoom like a train. I'm a veteran. They couldn't do it. I am better than them, and them, and that. I am a meal. You are a snack. Executed all of them. What do they mean? Sit down. I'm the supreme. If you watch AHS, that ain't. As you can see by the title of today's production, we will be delving deep into my favorite topic, magic, that has spawned this video known as conspiracy theories, witchcraft. They do not have enough money to pay for the freeze frame? I have all this super high-tech editing technology and y'all can't get a freeze frame. I gotta pretend like I'm still. I'm so sorry if you guys did not watch the last production we had. Conspiracy theories, aliens. Must I do everything around here, you alien face warthogs? And I haven't even really seen him. What is he doing on the job? What he said? Oh, he know me? Oh, matter of fact, I know you too. I've been watching Animal Planet recently. I just see you scurrying around with the muskrats on channel 130. I've been working with my colleagues, to relying on them to organize and hand me the information that I have gathered after extensive hours and hours of research on this topic. These colleagues really, let's say, struck a nerve. Hopefully today they can get their act together and hand me my information at the precise times. Now, when we talk about witchcraft here today, I'm not talking about those green that y'all thinking of. You see, witches were perceived as these evil creatures by early Christians in Europe, helping to inspire the image that we think of them today, that we see in pop culture, the green skin, the pointy hat, the evil woman, the flying on a broomstick, the every which way, we about to go every which way right here. But we're not talking about that today. And although this video is labeled conspiracy theory under the conspiracy theory series, doesn't mean it's directly an actual conspiracy theory, because I will be going over actual history and things that happened. It's not going to be like, did it happen? Things that we don't know about that we're trying to find out. You know, like Mandela effect, aliens. Even though I'm talking about stuff that we do know about for the most part, I'm still labeling it under conspiracy theory because it still goes in that theme. And I'm doing, you know, I did aliens, witchcraft, October. I'm trying to follow a little Halloween theme here for these next two. Or if I do another one before the month is over. Oh yeah, I do. If I do another one, I am doing another one, by the way. I kind of let that out. So yeah, I'm basically keeping up this special little Halloween theme, conspiracy theory thing. Although I am going to be going over real occurrences. And the alien, you get what I'm trying to say. The alien video had facts in it too. But you know, witchcraft, something that we know people practice. I know people that practice. So it's like, it's not something that we could say, ooh, do the aliens exist? Oh, the Mandela effect, alternate dimension, does that exist? We know it exists, but you know what I'm trying to say. Get into conspiracy theory. These general, usual thoughts of, you know, witches being these evil, deadly creatures, no. Their history is the thing that's dark and unfortunately deadly. This is the section of the video where I rely on my colleagues to pass me the folder for the first investigation. Colleagues? It's not, what do you mean it's not here? You about to be not here in a second. Keep playing with me. I need that file. You about to be as not here as that shiny spot on that bald man's head. Is it not on file? There's not one single person in this place know how to do their job correctly. Oh, it's here now? Okay. Thank you. What is this? I didn't tell you how to put this out. I told you to put it in the folder, then hand it to me. I did not tell y'all to put it on the new community clipboard that they be passing around and sharing ideas. Y'all on the last straw. Y'all only on the second bid. We did the alien one, y'all. Can we get to the witchcraft? Y'all clicked on this for the witchcraft, not for them to mess up. And you bring me a clipboard? I'm about to clip you. Not from this job. Clip your neck. And you keep laughing because you're next. We are just going to carry on with this community clipboard. Everything I have put is on here, plus other people's. It's all mashed and mixed up. I'll find it because I'm the sensible one here. I can't make this up. If y'all can't hear, we'll be going mobile today on this YouTube video.
Yeah, I'm really trying to make it more than what it is, because everybody dies, but not everybody lives.
I need to stop playing around. This is a witchcraft video. I'm so sorry if you came in just for that. I'm playing around. At this point, I'm the colleague. But the first topic is origin of witchcraft. Early witches practiced witchcraft, obviously. They were usually calling upon spirits for help, using magic spells, trying to better their situation. But no, they were looked at as doing devil's work. Their profession was just misunderstood in many cases. The earliest accounts of witchcraft dating all the way back from between 931 BC and 721 BC. It's when King Saul was looking for the witch of Endor to summon the spirit of a dead prophet Samuel to help him defeat an army. There are Old Testament verses condemning witches. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. Basically issuing a caution against them, against using them to contact the dead, anti-witch in general. I'm gonna say this next one before I forget how to say it. Malleus Maleficarum. Sound like I just catch the spell up in here. The bed about to start floating. But that's seriousness. I know I made a joke. You don't get to laugh. I get to laugh. Matter of fact, y'all get to laugh when y'all wake up in the morning, look in the mirror. Let me stop. Should I stop being mean to the colleagues? Maybe that's why they don't get their work done. All of y'all. Malleus Maleficarum. Yeah. Basically, their instruction manual, their guide on how to identify, hunt, interrogate witches. You know, they labeled witchcraft as heresy, and you know, the Protestants and Catholics wanting to find every witch and kill every witch because it went against. If they say witchcraft goes against God, and these people value God very highly, and they saw witchcraft as something that went against what they viewed very highly, obviously they would want to kill the thing that went against what they viewed very highly. This manual went viral and Europeans were scurrying all around like little mice. Scattering and scurrying around like to find witches. Women were mainly targeted because during this time, you know, the rise of the middle class, women getting some inkling of power or growing up there to get more power. You know, many European men were not enthusiastic about this, so they needed something to drag them down. Oh, she doing too good over there. She's making us. They started to make livings for their own selves. We gotta find a way to kill witchcraft. During the mid-1400s in Europe, many witches were accused as witch hysteria took hold. And many accused witches confessed. If you were being tortured that badly, burned at the stake, drowning, we're gonna get to all that later. They were just really treating them very cruelly. It was terrible. You would at one point, yeah, I'm a witch! Just kill me! But even when witch hysteria decreased in Europe, the New World was now subject to this insanity. Throughout everything going on, you know, the wars, the smallpox epidemic, fears of attacks, they needed scapegoats for everything going wrong in the society. They thought, oh, we're trying our best to run it how it should be ran, but all these terrible things are still happening. There must be something else to blame for these terrible things. Magic. And that's exactly what they did. The best known, the most famous, the infamous witch trials took place in Salem, Massachusetts, 1962. Y'all, I know I did not say 1962. It's 60 and 92. It all began when a 9-year-old girl named Elizabeth Paris and an 11-year-old named Abigail Williams suffered from fits, little episodes, body contortions, screaming uncontrollably. You know, people today, like my smart self and my smart colleagues here, believe that they were poisoned by a fungus that led to these spasms and delusions. But, you know, back then, they lacked that knowledge. They didn't know, and they wanted something to blame all the mess on. They were accused of witchcraft for having these little crazy, unexplainable at the time episodes. More women who began having these spasms were accused of witchcraft, and some of them just saying, all right, I am a witch, confessing and even accusing others of being witches too. How you gonna confess to them and then try to just because you want to confess to me, everybody else got to? Oh yeah, you know what, I am a witch. She is too. I wasn't in it. It came June 10th, and Bridget Bishop was the first woman that was accused of witchcraft to be put to death. She was hanged at the Salem gallows. She wasn't the only one. After her, around 150 people were accused of witchcraft. And the sad 18 people were put to death. This also included 6 men who were convicted and executed. Well, yeah, even though they still suffered greatly, it was only 6 of them men out of all the women that had to go through it. Although the Salem witch trials is the most well known, they weren't the first of the 13 colonies to be crazy about witches in Windsor, Connecticut. If I say her name wrong, I'm so sorry. Alice, A-L-S-E, Young, was the first person in America to be executed for witchcraft. People began to go crazy about witchcraft in the Americas. Something still present today, but a different type of crazy. We just, put on green paint and hats and throw them in movies and books and stuff. But they was seeing who was a witch in real life and executing them. One of the tests that they used to see if somebody was a witch or not, the swimming test. People who were accused of witchcraft were stripped of their clothes and thrown into a body of water to see if they would float or sink. If they would float, then they were believed to be a witch. People thinking that the water would reject their body, but if they were human, then they would sink. And usually they had a rope tied around them just in case. Like, if we're wrong, we're gonna put a rope. We're still gonna throw you in, but we're gonna put a rope around you just in case you're not a witch. And sometimes they weren't, and they would pull. But there were accidental deaths where the person didn't work out and they ended up sinking and dying. Kind of like you die either way. You float, you're a witch, we gonna kill you. You sink, you drown, you're dead. Speaking of the swimming test, let's move on to our next topic. Famous witch stories. A famous witch in Virginia, Grace Sherwood. Her neighbors said everything's alleged, but apparently she killed the neighbor's pigs and put a hex on her cotton. People kept accusing her of witchcraft. She had to go to a trial in 1706. The court, guess what they used? The swimming test, right? Now this is the time not to showcase your great swimming abilities and stay at the top. But unfortunately for Sherwood, she did not sink. And she was convicted of witchcraft. But they didn't kill her, but she did have to go to prison for 8 years. Imagine that, y'all. They were actually going to jail and being killed for being convicted of being a witch. Back, how crazy that sound right now? They were really doing this back then. Trial, them crazy y'all just hear the craziness of this whole video. Ooh. Like we're being a witch. I gotta go. Are you serious right now? Now, a satire was written by Benjamin Franklin. If you don't know what a satire is, it's basically when you write trying to make fun of something. So you say what you mean, but you don't say what you mean. You say something to try to make fun of something else. Oh, this is a good example. I actually did one. I made a video calling a funeral home about my social media page being dead because my account wasn't getting the likes that it used to get. So the page was dead, but I was calling a funeral home, crying. Oh, wait, let me post something to see if he really dead, because...
I'm sorry?
Hold on, I'm going to post something to see if he really gone, because
You can see it's supposed to see if he's gone?
Yes. And the funeral operator didn't know that they was talking about a phone. And it was just so funny. They were so confused. See, I'm acting like I'm really devastated. I'm calling a funeral home because my page died. When you call funeral homes when people die. But I use that as a satire against people's obsession with social media and likes and technology today, that this person really called a funeral home about a page dying on a social media platform when that line is used for when humans die. So yeah, satire. This video is going all types of off track or different roads. I blame y'all. Let me stop. Okay. Benjamin Franklin wrote a satire making fun of, like I made fun of.
I don't have enough likes.
Like I made fun of that. He made fun of what I was just basically telling y'all was ridiculous, the witchcraft accusations. So he made them really rethink, oh, what we're doing is really ridiculous. It helped lead to it dying down, you know, and as time went on, people were really like, okay, now, we're really gonna keep doing this? And then laws being passed to protect people from being accused and convicted wrongly. And it eventually died down, and here we are today. Which brings us to our final topic on this community clipboard. Modern day witchcraft. Many modern day witches still try to shake off these stereotypes from history that paint them in that bad or evil light or something malicious. Many of them practice Wicca, which is an official religion in the US and Canada. Their motto is harm none. They're not doing any harm, y'all. They just want to live a nice, peaceful, balanced life in tune with nature, humanity, things around them, embracing healing and protection. A potion today is more likely to be a cure for a disease than a curse to put on someone. But believe it or not, in this crazy, crazy world, people are still facing death for being witches. Several men and women in Papua New Guinea were suspected of witchcraft and beaten and killed since 2010. A young mother was burned alive. Similar instances in Africa, the Middle East, and even in immigrant communities in Europe and the US. They need me to write another satire or something, if I can do it. You know, I'll get into it, yeah.
We interrupt this program for an important news announcement.
It's just then I have been made aware that we have our hands on a very, very, very special interview from one of my friends that practices witchcraft, just to give you guys more insight. We have compiled a list of questions to ask, and we have first-hand direct answers for you here today. Question 1. What does practicing witchcraft mean to you? To me, practicing witchcraft means a way to express myself while also keeping myself tied down, my beliefs that has caused me to better myself. It's also a practice family ideal that I would like to continue. Question 2. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I understand there are different types of witchcraft or like sections that you can fall under based on what you practice. What specifically do you practice, and how do you know what practice is right for you, if that makes sense? Correct. Many of those who practice witchcraft don't all practice the same style. Some practice demonology, while some practice ancestry magic. It's all very tied to the individual themselves. Personally, I don't practice a specific section of witchcraft. I study more of the broader sense and don't stay in a certain practice. Question 3, and our final question in this little quick news segment. What's your opinion on the way the general population views witchcraft today, or how do people generally react when you tell them that's something you do? I think the modern day perspective of witchcraft has really evolved from how taboo it used to be considered. Naturally, some people still have a more cinematic idea on what witches are. However, the shock is always the same when I tell them about my practices. Thank you so much, and return to regular programming. I normally use the ending for, you know, my opinions, but I basically share my opinions throughout this whole entire. What do y'all think? What are y'all opinions on this? I hope you're enjoying this conspiracy theory series. These are really interesting topics to talk about. And I've had a cute little 2 videos working with my very intelligent colleagues beside me. You know, next time I would love the folders instead of the handy dandy community thing that anybody could read. So next time I would like it in folders. In folders, if that wasn't clear enough for people. And if they didn't hear me, tell them to clean their ears out. What? Oh, I thought I heard something. I'm so sorry. Thank you for watching this video. Now y'all know I can't end the video any regular way. I'm gonna give y'all a hidden gem. Many people may not know. Before I had this channel, I had another one many years ago. And the first video on that channel, believe it or not, was about the Salem witch trials, the Keys Through era. But it was iconic though.
Hello and welcome to a Minecraft video. Today I'm going to show you how it was back in Salem during all of the crazy times with the Salem witch trials and everything. And over here they have their witch drowner. See, and it actually works. If you would sink to the bottom and die, then you were innocent. But if you were to float to the top, then you were a witch. See, if I spawn the villager, he would sink to the bottom. Now let me just get rid of him really fast. But if you spawn the witch, she actually is trying to stay to float to the top. And you know, the Puritans were very religious, so I had to build them a Salem church, and then 2 heads of the accused, and then their sign, what they all live by: we need to be witch-free. Get it? Bewitch? But anyways, but I had to add another thing, which is this witch castle over here. And then portal to the devil's place, which the Puritans actually believed that all witches were in the league with the devil. And it says, do not come in or else. I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe and have a bewitched day.